Chosen ones, what if I told you? The very people pretending not to notice you are secretly terrified of you. Right now, some people in your life are having emergency meetings about you. These aren't casual conversations, these are strategic sessions. Why? Because the version of you that's emerging is unstoppable, uncontrollable, and impossible to manipulate. What they don't know yet is that their worst fears are about to become your reality. Your fearlessness is shaking the very ground they stand on. And what you don't see is that the power you're stepping into was always yours. It was dormant, like a sleeping giant, waiting for this exact moment in time. Just 3 days ago, something shifted. You felt it but couldn't name it. You said no without needing to explain. You stood firm, and their guilt trips bounced off you like nothing. Those moments weren't random, they were the first dominoes falling. You're breaking free, and it's shaking everything in your life. You may not realize it yet, but every single person who now finds you difficult once found you useful. Let that sink in. You've gone from useful to dangerous, and now they can feel it. Your fearlessness is stronger than their influence. Your independence is more powerful than their control, and they are just beginning to realize what that means for them. Psychological research reveals something that changes everything. Only 3% of the population develops the lethal combination. You now possess spiritual awareness and personal sovereignty. Most people have one or the other, but you have both. This makes you the most dangerous person to those who built their power on other people's weakness. You've become what ancient texts call a sovereign soul, and history shows that sovereign souls always trigger massive upheaval in their wake. Your growing fearlessness is breaking down a prison they've built around you, layer by layer. Guilt, shame, emotional manipulation, each bar added slowly, subtly, until you were completely enclosed without even realizing it. But instead of breaking down, you broke through. You didn't accept the cage. You became something the cage couldn't contain. Chosen one, if you feel this stirring within you, this is your moment. Hit like, subscribe, and drop 777 inches the comments below. Let's stand together as the remnant. They fear you, but you don't even know your true power yet. God's chosen ones, they fear you. Here's why only you don't know. The first phase of your extraordinary evolution began with a single act of defiance, so subtle that those around you didn't even notice it. God's chosen ones, you took a bold step, though quiet and unnoticed by the world. You stopped explaining yourself. And it wasn't out of anger or rebellion. It was born from a place of absolute clarity, a divine understanding that your choices didn't require anyone's approval. This was not an act of defiance against others, but a commitment to yourself, to your higher calling. You knew that your choices were guided by something far greater than the fleeting opinions of others. This was the beginning of something monumental, a crack in the dam that would eventually cause the flood. The moment you stopped explaining, you took away the ammunition that others had used to argue with you, to control you. They no longer had access to your internal process, and thus, their ability to manipulate your thoughts and decisions was stripped away. You took back the power they had once held over you. This simple act of withdrawal set the stage for what would follow. And here's where it gets truly interesting. Without access to your internal world, those who once controlled you had no choice but to escalate their tactics. The subtle manipulations that once worked so well became glaringly obvious. What were once gentle suggestions turned into demands. The hidden agendas that operated in the shadows now became transparent. By simply refusing to explain yourself, you forced those around you to reveal their true methods of control, and when you saw it, you could never unsee it. That is why they are panicking now. This isn't about you becoming difficult, it's about you becoming aware. The intimidation you feel from others isn't about your fearlessness alone. It's about what your fearlessness reveals. Every time you remain calm in the face of their chaos, you are showing them a mirror they can't bear to look at. Your peace, in situations that once would have destroyed you, is a testimony that their power was always an illusion. As 2 Timothy 1-7 tells us, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." Your ability to stay grounded and peaceful in the storm is the very thing that threatens their false sense of control. They never truly had control over you. They only had your agreement to be controlled. The moment you revoked that agreement, the power dynamic shifted. But here's where the cosmic twist occurs. They're about to try something that will backfire spectacularly. The return approach, the one they think will win them back their influence over you, is already being planned. But here's the catch. They don't miss you. What they miss is the role you played in enabling their dysfunction. They need you back not because of who you are, but because without you, their system is crumbling. Without you, their world is starting to fall apart. Nobody else tolerates what you used to accept. Nobody else can absorb what you once absorbed. Nobody else enables the toxicity and manipulation you are allowed to continue. Your replacement doesn't exist because you were specifically chosen for your unique ability to endure their brand of dysfunction. Without you, their whole system is failing. You, God's chosen ones, have been specifically equipped for such a time as this. This is your divine purpose, your sacred calling. In the same way, Moses was chosen to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, despite all the obstacles and opposition he faced. So too have you been chosen to break free from the chains that others tried to bind you with. You carry a divine strength that has been honed in the fires of adversity. You were made for this. In Isaiah 41:10, God tells us, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This is not isolation, as the world might have you believe. It is an elevation. What you're experiencing right now is not meant to bring you down. It's meant to bring you to a higher plane of understanding, of awareness, and of divine purpose. As you step into the fullness of your calling, others will begin to see the truth of who you are, a force to be reckoned with, chosen for a purpose that transcends the limitations of this world. You are rising, and there are others like you hidden in plain sight who are also going through this transformation. They, too, need to hear this truth. What is it that is holding you back from embracing the fullness of your divine purpose? What fears, doubts, or agreements with others are you still holding on to that no longer serve you? It's time to let them go. You were chosen for a time such as this, and you must rise up and take your place. The world needs you to stand tall, just as David stood tall against Goliath, and Jesus stood tall in the face of the cross, knowing that his purpose was far greater than the temporary opposition he faced. If this message is resonating deep within you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Let others hear this truth. Let others know that they too are chosen for something extraordinary. Together, we can rise and embrace the divine destiny that awaits us. The second phase of your transformation is something even more profound than resistance. It is immunity. But not just any immunity, God's chosen ones. This is the kind of immunity that doesn't just resist the attacks of the enemy, it thrives on them. You have developed a total immunity, one that grows stronger with each attempted manipulation. It's not the kind of resistance that can be worn down over time. This is supernatural resilience that becomes more powerful with every attempt to break you. Think about it. Every guilt trip they try to place on you, every time they try to shame you, each manipulation based on fear, it all backfires. Every failed attempt makes you more immune. They can't make you feel guilty anymore because you've realized that their words don't have the power they once had. As Romans 8:1 says, "Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." You are free from the shame, free from the fear, free from the manipulation that used to control you. You are no longer the person you once were. You are becoming anti-fragile, not just resistant, but growing stronger from the very things that once tried to break you. This immunity is something divine, something that those who once controlled you can't comprehend. They are watching, helplessly, as their old tactics crumble in front of their eyes. Imagine, for a moment, being a snake charmer who has always played the flute and had the snake obey, swaying with the music. But suddenly, one day, the snake stops responding. The same flute, the same rhythm, but now there is nothing, no swaying, no movement. It's as if the snake has become immune to the charm. This is exactly what is happening every time they try their old tactics on you, God's chosen ones. The formulas that once worked for years or decades no longer have any effect. Their manipulation and control have been exposed for what they are, and there is no backup plan. They never imagined you would develop immunity to their control, and now they are trapped in their own web of deception. This transformation you're undergoing is causing cognitive dissonance, a mental conflict that is literally painful for those who once controlled you. They can't reconcile the version of you they once knew with the person standing before them now. In their minds, you're supposed to be the person who needs their approval, who craves their validation, who lives in constant fear of rejection. But the person before them now operates from an entirely different operating system. You've upgraded. You are no longer using the same software they once relied on to control you. You speak a language they can't understand. You play a game they can't win because you've completely changed the rules. You are becoming a force they cannot reckon with. As 1 Peter 2-9 says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His wonderful light." Your transformation is a light that exposes their darkness, and they are terrified because they can no longer control you. Have you ever felt the shift in your spirit when you began to see through their lies, when you realized you no longer needed their approval? The fear-based tactics that once worked, do they still have power over you? Or are you finally standing in your truth, free from the chains they tried to bind you with? They thought you were like everyone else, that you would be stuck in the same patterns forever, chasing after approval and acceptance. But God's chosen ones, you have awakened. You've stepped into your divine identity, and now the world cannot make sense of you. They can't figure out how to break you because the strategies they've used for years no longer apply. The truth is, you were never meant to be controlled. You were created for something much greater. You were chosen for a purpose that transcends their limited understanding. Your transformation is a testament to the divine power that resides within you. And this immunity, this divine protection, isn't something you should take lightly. It's a gift, a supernatural armor that grows stronger each time the enemy tries to attack. Now ask yourself, how will you respond in the face of their confusion? Will you allow their attempts to manipulate you to move you? Or will you stand firm in the knowledge of your identity as God's chosen one? Will you let them keep playing the same old tune, or will you show them that you are no longer under their control? You are God's chosen one, and the transformation you are experiencing is only the beginning. The enemy is panicking, and they are about to try something that will backfire spectacularly. The more they try to manipulate you, the stronger you become, and their hold over you weakens. They never expected this. But you, God's chosen ones, were never meant to be held down by their control. You were created to rise above it. So, rise. The world is waiting to see what happens when you stand in the fullness of your power. And when you do, you will see that nothing, not even their most desperate attempts, can stop you. The third phase of your divine evolution leads us into something even more powerful, the mirror effect. This stage is not only a reflection of your growth, but it is also one of the most uncomfortable, even devastating realizations for those who once sought to control you. God's chosen ones, you have become a living testament to what's possible when someone chooses growth over comfort. You've risen above the lies and manipulation. and each day you thrive without the involvement of those who once tried to define your path. Every success you achieve without their approval or support proves one undeniable truth: their narrative that they were essential to your success was a lie. Each achievement you reach on your own is a victory over the limitations they imposed upon you. And every moment of joy you experience in their absence reveals something far more profound. They were never the source of your happiness, but rather the source of your misery. As you grow, you prove that their hold on you was nothing but an illusion, and with each victory, you expose that illusion for what it truly was. But what the mirror shows them is even more unsettling. It reveals their own cowardice. While you faced your shadows, did the deep inner work, and walked the path of transformation, they chose to remain stagnant, trapped in familiar dysfunction. They refused to confront their own fears, their own limitations, and instead chose the comfort of remaining in their masks. They took refuge in mediocrity, refusing to risk everything to become authentic as you did. Your courage shines a light on their cowardice, and this is what makes it unbearable for them to witness. In Matthew 5:14, Jesus calls us the light of the world. As God's chosen ones, your light now exposes their darkness, and they can no longer ignore the contrast between the freedom you've gained and the stagnation they've chosen. Your willingness to walk through the fire of transformation, to face discomfort in pursuit of authenticity, forces them to see their own unwillingness to change. This truth is painful for them to bear because it makes them face the reality of their own choices. You've done the work that they refuse to even acknowledge. Now, here comes the unexpected turn, the point that shifts everything. Your independence is not just personal anymore, it has become energetic. What does that mean? You have learned how to generate your own emotional states, your own joy, peace, and confidence, without needing external input. You no longer depend on others for your emotional fuel. You don't need others to be excited to feel joy. You don't need their calm to experience peace. You don't need their validation to know your worth. This energetic self-sufficiency is one of the most threatening developments for those who once tried to control you. You have become a closed circuit. You no longer allow them to plug into you, to drain your energy, or inject their chaos into your life. Every time they try to manipulate you, they now face a wall of resistance, an impenetrable force that is your peace, your emotional independence, your divine energy. In 1 Corinthians 6:19, we are reminded that, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. Your energy, your essence, is now aligned with something divine. You are no longer a vessel for their manipulation or negativity. You are a temple, a sacred space that cannot be contaminated by their attempts to drain you. Your self-sufficiency is a divine gift, one that those who tried to control you cannot comprehend, much less replicate. Have you noticed how much less you rely on the validation or approval of others? How does it feel to know that your joy and peace are no longer in their hands? Do you see the power in your ability to generate your own emotional states? This is not just growth, it is divine independence, and it is the most powerful shield you can carry. But here's the deeper lesson. This transformation wasn't just about breaking free from others' control. It's about reclaiming your own energy, your own sovereignty, and aligning it with the divine purpose God has placed within you. Your emotional independence is the manifestation of God's strength in your life, the realization that you have the power to create your own reality without relying on external sources to define your worth or happiness. There is a story about a man named Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl describes his experience in the concentration camps and how he discovered that even in the most extreme circumstances, his internal state could not be controlled by others. He realized that while they could take away his freedom, they could not take away his ability to choose his emotional response. This energetic self-sufficiency is the very core of your transformation. You now have the power to generate joy, peace, and confidence from within, no longer dependent on the chaos of others. Your strength now comes from a divine wellspring that cannot be drained. As you continue to stand firm in this newfound power, you will see that their attempts to manipulate or control you will become increasingly ineffective, like a serpent that can no longer be charmed by the flute. Now, what are you going to do with this power? What happens when you fully embrace this divine energy, knowing that you can create your own joy and peace no matter what's happening around you? You are no longer at the mercy of others' actions or approval. You are standing in your divine purpose, shaped by your Creator, and nothing can take that from you. It's time to rise fully, God's chosen ones. Your transformation is complete. Step into your power. Let your light shine, not just for others to see, but to remind yourself of the strength you carry within you. The world can no longer control you. You are now a force that cannot be stopped. Embrace it, own it, and share your story. Let others see what's possible when you choose growth over comfort, when you choose authenticity over manipulation. The time is now to rise, to live, and to thrive. The fourth phase of your transformation uncovers the prophetic nature of your journey. It's not just about changing your life. You are becoming a catalyst for change, sparking a ripple effect that touches everyone within your orbit. Every step you take toward freedom, every boundary you set, is creating a chain reaction that is not only transforming your own existence, but is waking up others around you, whether they realize it or not. God's chosen ones. Your courage is causing others to question the very dynamics they've lived with for years. They are starting to wonder why they tolerated the treatment you've simply walked away from. They're beginning to question the systems that once seemed unshakable, those very systems that you've broken free from. Your strength is opening their eyes to the manipulation they've been blind to for so long. They are seeing the tactics of control that they once accepted, and now they cannot unsee it. As Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Your transformation is renewing not just your mind, but the minds of those around you. Your example is creating a contagion of consciousness, a shift that threatens every dysfunctional dynamic in your extended network. The universe is using you as a catalyst for collective awakening, a beacon of light that forces others to confront the truth of their own situations. And this is why the resistance to your transformation is so intense. You're not just one person choosing freedom. You are the outbreak of sovereignty, a force that is shaking the very foundations of the systems that have tried to keep you contained. You've become the spark in a fire that is spreading, burning away the old paradigms and giving others the courage to choose their own freedom. Every boundary you set is more than just a personal line. It's a signal to others that they too have the right to set their own. Every no you speak empowers someone else to find their voice. Every time you choose yourself, you are modeling self-love in action. You've become a living, breathing example of what it means to put yourself first, to honor your own needs and desires, and in doing so, you've shown others how to do the same. Your transformation is not just personal, it is prophetic, a living testament to what is possible when one chooses freedom over fear. But wait, here's where it gets even more interesting. The very people who now find you intimidating, those who once tried to control you, are about to reveal something they've hidden even from themselves. Deep down, beneath their resentment and resistance, they admire what you've become. They see in you the courage they wish they had, the freedom they traded for false security, and the authenticity they sacrificed for acceptance. Your transformation is a mirror, reflecting to them everything they could have been had they been willing to pay the price that you paid. As John 8:32 reminds us, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Your freedom has exposed the truth, not only about you, but about the systems that kept others enslaved. It is shining a light on their own compromises, their own fears, and their own missed opportunities. They see in you the person they could have been if they had embraced the same path of courage, authenticity, and self-love. Have you ever felt that silent, almost unspoken admiration from those who once tried to control you? What does it feel like to realize that your growth is not only making them uncomfortable, but is also making them question their own choices? The courage it takes to choose yourself is not just about your own journey, it's also about the impact you have on others, about the way your transformation forces them to face their own truths. Your transformation is not just for you, it's for everyone in your orbit. Every time you set a boundary, say no, or choose your peace, you empower those around you to do the same. You are becoming a mirror for those who need to see the truth about themselves. You are the catalyst for a greater awakening, and the very people who once tried to bring you down now find themselves forced to reckon with the truth of who they could have been, if only they had the courage to walk the same path. This is not just your victory, it's a collective victory. You are raising the collective vibration, encouraging others to step into their own power. Your journey is an invitation for others to awaken, to break free from the systems of control, and to embrace the life they were meant to live. In this process, you've become dangerous not just to individuals, but to entire systems of control. But the beauty of your journey is that this is just the beginning. What are you willing to risk now, that you know the impact you have on those around you? How can you continue to lead the way, showing others that it's possible to live authentically, to choose freedom, and to rise above the dysfunction they've accepted for so long? Your transformation is not just personal, it is prophetic, and it is creating a ripple effect that will change the lives of everyone it touches. The time for standing tall is now. God's chosen ones, rise up. Your freedom is not just your own, it is a light for others to follow. Embrace your power, your transformation, and share your story. The world is waiting for you to lead the way. The fifth phase of your divine transformation brings with it inevitable return attempts. But these attempts are not what they seem. God's chosen ones, you are now standing firm in your growth, and others are beginning to notice your unwavering strength. These attempts are nothing more than tests, and you are passing them with flying colors. Watch closely for the patterns, for they are already unfolding before your eyes. It begins subtly with a casual check-in, a way for them to test whether your boundaries are still firm. Then comes the emergency, the one that supposedly only you can solve, designed to pull you back into their world. After that, you may face nostalgic reminders of good times shared, attempting to activate emotional memories and lure you into a false sense of comfort. Lastly comes the false apology, which may sound like accountability, but doesn't truly take responsibility. These attempts are coordinated, an effort to find a crack in your armor, to make you doubt your newfound clarity and strength. But here's the divine truth they don't understand about your new armor. It's not made of anger or resentment that can be melted with sweet words. It's forged from self-respect and clarity, a self-awareness that only strengthens when tested. Every manipulation attempt that fails reinforces your immunity, like a shield that grows stronger with each strike. This is the divine gift, the supernatural resilience that only God's chosen ones possess. Every boundary you maintain despite pressure strengthens your resolve. Every time you choose your peace over their chaos, you are proving to yourself that the change you've undergone is not temporary, it's permanent. Your armor is not a fragile shell, it's an impenetrable force crafted by your own self-love and the divine strength you found through Christ. As Isaiah 54:17 reminds us, no weapon formed against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. Each failed attempt to manipulate you further reinforces your divine protection. Every time you say no or set a boundary, you are demonstrating the power of your transformation. Your peace, your strength, your clarity, these are the signs that you have truly outgrown the systems of control that once held you captive. The cosmic joke is that their return attempts are actually serving your highest good. Each attempt to push you back into the old mold is an opportunity for you to show just how much you've healed. They are the ones who are trying to regain control, but what they don't realize is that you've already broken free. Now, their return attempts are more like tests. Each pressure point they push reveals how much you've healed. Each manipulation attempt is only showing you how far you've come. They want to draw you back into their web, but you are too far beyond their reach. Just like Job in the Bible, who endured his trials with unwavering faith, you are now standing firm in your transformation. Your strength is not just a product of your own will, it is divine and unshakable. As Romans 8:31 tells us, if God is for us, who can be against us? There is a profound spiritual lesson here. Every time they test you, they are unknowingly affirming your growth. Their desperation is actually a final exam that you will pass with flying colors. They see your strength, but they can't understand it. They try to push you back into old habits, but they have no idea that you have outgrown their influence entirely. Do you feel the difference now? Can you see how your boundaries are not just walls, but shields, protecting your peace, your divine purpose? How does it feel to realize that each time they push against your boundaries, you grow stronger and more resilient? Every no you speak is a declaration of your sovereignty, a sign that you are no longer willing to settle for the chaos they once imposed on you. Your transformation is not just personal, it is a divine awakening. Every pressure they apply is pushing you further into your divine power. You are becoming the person God always intended you to be, and their attempts to control you are no longer effective. As Philippians 4:13 declares, I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Your strength comes not from yourself, but from the divine source that fuels you. God's strength in you is unbreakable. As 2 Corinthians 4:7 says, but we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. You carry the divine power that cannot be defeated. You have become unshakable, and their attempts to regain control are like trying to break a fortress built on the rock. So, God's chosen ones, what will you do with the strength you've gained? What will you do now that you see the power in every boundary you set, in every no you speak? Will you allow their attempts to distract you, or will you continue to rise? The time has come to stand firm, for your transformation is not temporary, it is permanent, and nothing can take that from you. Stand tall in the truth of who you are, because the world is waiting to see the power of your transformation. You are God's chosen ones, and nothing can stand in your way. The time to rise is now. The sixth phase of your divine transformation reveals something that will blow your mind, a profound gift that has awakened within you, prophetic sight. As God's chosen ones, your fearlessness has not only liberated you from the control of others, it has also transformed you into a seer, capable of understanding patterns that others are blind to. You now possess the ability to predict people's behavior before they even act, to feel the subtle shift in energy that comes just before an attempt to manipulate you. This isn't some mystical, magical power. It's the natural result of stepping outside the matrix of control. When you are no longer bound by the rules of the game, you begin to see all the moves clearly. The game of control, whether it's in personal relationships or larger societal structures, becomes evident to you. Like a chess player watching the board from above, you can see the tactics being employed against you even before they unfold. As 1 Corinthians 2:10 tells us, these are the things God has revealed to us by His Spirit. The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God. This is your divine gift, seeing beyond the surface, with clarity and insight granted by the Holy Spirit. This prophetic sight extends beyond your personal relationships. You are beginning to notice the larger patterns that stretch across society, showing you how the very systems of control operate on a massive scale. The guilt, shame, and fear that once controlled you individually are the same tools used to manipulate entire populations. The recognition that these manipulative tactics are employed on both the individual and societal level is a divine revelation that empowers you to see through the illusions. Your immunity to personal manipulation has now become your immunity to cultural manipulation. You are no longer susceptible to the fear-based messages that the world uses to control its people. As Romans 12:2 reminds us, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The renewal of your mind has allowed you to transcend the old systems, to see them for what they are, systems of control designed to maintain power. You are no longer a victim of these tactics. Instead, you are immune, and the knowledge you now carry is a powerful weapon that can never be taken from you. In the world of architecture, a well-designed building stands firm, unaffected by the weather or changing elements around it. Similarly, your inner architecture, fortified by clarity and self-respect, cannot be shaken by the external forces of manipulation. You are no longer part of the system. You stand outside it, observing it, and you can see every move it makes. You've built your life on a foundation that cannot be easily cracked or altered. As Isaiah 55:8-9 declares, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." You have been elevated to a place of divine understanding that allows you to transcend the old systems of control. Have you begun to recognize the patterns around you? How does it feel to know that you are no longer easily manipulated by the systems of control, whether it's a personal relationship or the larger societal structures? Can you see the prophetic insight growing within you as you begin to recognize the same manipulative tactics in the world that once controlled you? This divine gift of awareness is not limited to just your personal relationships. It extends into the broader world. You are seeing the tools of control, guilt, shame, fear being used to manipulate the masses, just as they were used to try to manipulate you. You are no longer a victim of these tactics. Instead, you are immune, and the knowledge you now carry is a powerful weapon that can never be taken from you. As Psalm 46:1 reminds us, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Your strength now comes from this divine source, and no external manipulation can alter that. God's chosen ones. The time has come to fully embrace this gift of prophetic sight. Every time you recognize manipulation, whether in your personal life or in the world at large, you are stepping further into your divine purpose. You are the light in the darkness, the one who sees clearly while others remain in the fog. Your awareness is the key to your continued growth. You are becoming a force that no manipulation can break, a beacon of truth and clarity in a world that desperately needs it. The universe has been preparing you for this moment, and now you are fully equipped to step into your divine calling. You have been given the ability to see clearly, to understand the manipulation around you, and to rise above it. Your transformation is not just for you, it is for the world. Stand firm in your divine sight, God's chosen ones. The time for your prophetic insight to shine is now. Share your story and help others see the truth of their own transformation. Let your light guide the way. The seventh phase of your incredible transformation unveils the true power that has been quietly emerging within you all along. God's chosen ones. You are no longer merely immune to manipulation. You have become a master of energy dynamics, a force that understands the true currency of control. Every interaction, every exchange is rooted in energy. You've learned that your emotional reactions are no longer a currency for others to feed on. You no longer leak your energy in ways that leave you drained, because you now have control over how and where your energy is directed. This transformation is more than just a shift in perception. You've become energetically sovereign, an individual who generates your own frequency, regardless of external conditions. As Psalm 23:1 tells us, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." In the same way, you are now filled with an unshakable peace, allowing you to generate and maintain your energy without the need for external validation. This mastery over your own energy is what makes you truly dangerous to those who once sought to manipulate you. Energy is the real currency of control, and those who once sought to control you were actually energy vampires, feeding off your emotional responses. Your stress was their stimulation, Your chaos was their comfort, and your pain was their power source. You provided them with the very fuel they needed to stay in control of your life. But now, God's chosen ones, that fuel supply has been cut off. You are energetically sovereign, and your energy is no longer theirs to harvest. Consider the analogy of a plant's roots. When a plant is being overwatered or overexposed to the wrong environment, it can no longer thrive. Similarly, you were once nourishing others' roots with your own emotional energy, but now you've cultivated your own, strong and self-sustaining. As 1 Corinthians 6:19 reminds us, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. Your body, your mind, your energy is now protected by divine sovereignty." But the story goes even deeper. Every time you react emotionally to manipulation, you are literally feeding the manipulator's energy field. These individuals have learned, often unconsciously, to trigger specific emotions within you that produce the exact frequency of energy they need. Some feed on anger, others on sadness, and some on anxiety. You were their personal energy restaurant, and they knew exactly what to order from your emotional menu. They knew how to elicit your reactions, using them as a source of nourishment for their own energy supply. But now, the restaurant is closed permanently. You've closed that door and locked it, and they are wandering the streets, hungry for the energy that you will never serve again. The very thing they relied upon, your emotional reactions, has been cut off, and they are left searching for something they can never have again. This is your energetic sovereignty at work. Have you recognized the true power that comes from no longer reacting to manipulation? How does it feel to know that your energy is no longer a commodity for others to exploit? Can you see how the power you once gave away freely has now been reclaimed and repurposed for your highest good? Here's the revelation that connects all the dots. Your transformation was never random. You were not accidentally chosen to undergo this metamorphosis. You were selected by cosmic intelligence, an intelligence that recognized your capacity to handle this level of power and transform it into a force for collective awakening. Not everyone who suffers becomes sovereign. Not everyone who faces manipulation becomes immune. But you were chosen because you have something specific to contribute to this awakening. Your fearlessness is meant to inspire others. Your independence is meant to model what's possible for those still trapped in their chains. Your immunity is meant to show others how to break free from the manipulations that have held them back. As Romans 8:28 assures us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Your transformation, your journey, has been orchestrated from the very beginning to lead you to this moment, to unlock your true potential and empower others to do the same. The universe doesn't make mistakes, and your selection for this transformation was deliberate and purposeful. The process began long before you were born. Your soul agreed to this assignment, knowing that it would require you to experience specific challenges that would shape you into the person you are becoming. Every betrayal you endured, every manipulation you faced, and every abandonment was a necessary part of your curriculum. Not because the universe is cruel, but because you needed these experiences to develop the exact strengths required for your divine mission. You're not a victim of your past. You are a graduate of a specialized training program. Your challenges were not meant to break you, but to forge you into the powerful, sovereign being you are today. You were chosen for this mission because you have the strength, the wisdom, and the divine support to complete it. You were called to step into your power and use it for the highest good of not only yourself, but also for the collective. God's chosen ones, your transformation is complete. The time for you to stand in your full power is now. You are no longer bound by the manipulations of the past. You have stepped into your sovereignty, and your energy is now your own, untouchable and unstoppable. The world is waiting to see you rise, and you have been equipped for such a time as this. The 8th phase of your divine transformation brings you to a higher level of consciousness, the architect level. God's chosen ones, You are no longer just living your life and following the paths set before you. You have awakened to the truth that you are consciously creating your own reality with every choice you make, with every energy you radiate. Each boundary you set in place now ripples out into the quantum field, affecting not just your immediate environment, but the greater collective consciousness. As Romans 8:19 reminds us, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed." Your very existence is now shaping the world around you, and the divine energy that flows through you is affecting more than you could ever imagine. Every act of self-love you embrace, every choice you make to honor yourself, raises the frequency of the collective consciousness. When you choose authenticity over approval, you are literally rewriting the rules of what's possible for those around you. This is not just a superficial change, it is a profound, energetic shift that reverberates through the universe. Your transformation is no longer about maintaining a false identity or putting on a persona to please others. Instead, you are simply being who you have always been, beneath the programming and the conditioning that once held you captive. The fearlessness that others find so intimidating is not something you've had to create, it's simply your natural state. The independence that threatens them is your birthright, and the immunity that frustrates them is your divine protection. You have not become someone new, you've stopped being someone you were never meant to be. The effort you once put into maintaining a false self is what has now fallen away. Being your true self requires no effort at all, because you are now in alignment with your divine essence. This awakening has brought you to the realization that you are now a reality architect, someone who designs the possibilities of the future by living as your authentic self. This is why your transformation feels so permanent, because it is not a superficial shift. It's a fundamental, divine alignment with the person you were always meant to be. The effort was in trying to conform to societal expectations and the false roles others tried to impose upon you. Being who you truly are requires no effort, because your true self is effortless, divine, and powerful. As Isaiah 64:8 says, "Yet, O Lord, you are our Father, we are the clay, you are the potter, we are all the work of your hand." You are now being molded into the divine vessel you were always meant to be, creating a life of purpose, power, and peace. However, being an architect of reality comes with responsibilities that you are just beginning to understand. Every decision you make, no matter how small, ripples outward into the world. Every choice you make now has the power to affect the quantum field, which in turn impacts countless others. Your decision to maintain a boundary might inspire someone on the other side of the world to set their own. Your choice to walk away from toxicity may be the spark that encourages someone you'll never meet to do the same. This is the profound interconnectedness that you are now a part of. Every sovereign choice you make strengthens the entire network of consciousness. Your transformation is not just about you. The resistance you're experiencing is not personal. It's about what your transformation means for the entire system. The old, limiting systems of control that have kept people trapped for generations. If you can break free, others can too. If you can develop immunity, the manipulation tactics that once held you back are now obsolete. If you can generate your own happiness, the control mechanisms will collapse. You are living proof that the entire game is rigged and that anyone can choose to stop playing. The people and systems that once tried to control you now see your transformation for what it truly is. Evidence that the emperor has no clothes, that the wizard is just a man behind a curtain, and that the prison doors were never actually locked. You are the embodiment of truth, a living demonstration of divine freedom. You are showing others that they too can break free from the chains that have held them down. As John 8:36 reminds us, "So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." Have you started to realize that every decision you make ripples through the fabric of reality? How does it feel to know that your choices now shape the world? What would happen if you fully embraced your power as a reality architect understanding that every action you take creates new possibilities for others. Can you see how each sovereign choice you make strengthens the collective awakening? The responsibility of your transformation is not something to fear. It is a divine gift, a supernatural ability to impact the world in ways you may not fully comprehend, but the effects are far-reaching and profound. Your journey has only just begun. As you continue to live authentically, the world will change around you. You are the beacon of light for others to follow. Rise up, God's chosen ones, and continue to create the reality you were always destined to shape. Your transformation is not just for you, it is for everyone. Let your example be the proof that anyone can step out of the old game and choose to live freely. The ninth phase of your transformation reveals a profound and cosmic truth, a divine joke of sorts that brings clarity to the journey you've been on. God's chosen ones, the very people who once found you intimidating, now face an undeniable truth. As you continue to rise, they will either evolve to meet your frequency, or they will fall away, unable to exist in your reality. There is no middle ground in this new paradigm you are creating. Your mere presence demands authenticity, a quality that not everyone is prepared to meet. The energy you now exude requires reciprocity, something that not everyone can offer. Those who were once comfortable in the old energy patterns can no longer exist alongside your truth, because your standards eliminate anyone who isn't operating from a genuine place. This process is not about exclusion or judgment. It is a cosmic filtering mechanism that separates those who are ready for the new earth from those who have chosen to remain in the old paradigm. As Matthew 7:13-1-4 reminds us, "Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate, and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it." This natural selection is not cruel, it is necessary. Not everyone is meant to journey with you into this higher dimension of existence. Some souls have chosen, and it is their sovereign right, to remain in the old way of being. Your job isn't to convince them or save them. Your job is to maintain your frequency, to stand firm in your truth, and to let the universal law of resonance do the rest. The universe is using your frequency as a tool to sort those who are ready for the new vibration from those who wish to stay in the past. Those who match your vibration will find you, while those who don't will naturally fall away. It's not personal, it's physics, the law of resonance. Just like tuning a piano or guitar, the strings that align with the right frequency vibrate in harmony, while those that don't align create dissonance. And that dissonance, while uncomfortable, is necessary for evolution. This is not favoritism, it's divine order. The sorting process is an act of love, because by maintaining your high frequency, you are giving others the opportunity to choose. They can rise to meet you at your level, or they can stay where they are. Both choices are valid, but they can no longer keep you at their level. This is where the power of your transformation lies. You are now like a tuning fork, vibrating at a frequency that either harmonizes with others or creates an uncomfortable dissonance. And that dissonance serves a purpose. It's meant to inspire growth, to push people out of their comfort zones so they can choose a new path. Have you noticed how some people feel uncomfortable when they are around you now? How does it feel to realize that your very existence challenges the old systems, making people face truths they would rather ignore? Do you recognize the discomfort in others as a necessary part of their evolution? The people who find you intimidating are right to feel that way. Your transformation is not just a shift in yourself, but a shift in the collective energy. You've become a living example of what is possible when one chooses to rise above the limitations imposed by the world. As Ephesians 6:12 tells us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." Your presence is now a force that shakes the very foundations of the systems that once controlled you, and it's no wonder they find you intimidating. They see the truth in you, a truth they cannot ignore, because it challenges their entire way of being. But what others fail to understand is that your journey has prepared you for this moment of sovereignty. Every betrayal you faced taught you discernment. Every manipulation you endured taught you the importance of boundaries. Every abandonment forced you to become self-sufficient, developing a strength that could not be easily broken. Nothing you went through was wasted. Every experience serves to forge you into someone who cannot be controlled. And now, as you look back, you can see with clarity how perfectly each trial, each challenge, prepared you for the person you've become. As Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Every moment of difficulty has been a divine tool to build you into the sovereign being you are now. What does it feel like to look back on your journey with gratitude, knowing that every painful experience has led you to this moment? Can you see how the challenges you faced were the very things that forged the power you now carry? Have you come to realize that the people who find you intimidating are simply seeing the reflection of their own limitations through you? Your transformation is not just personal, it is a divine recalibration of your entire reality. And the people around you, whether they rise to meet your frequency or choose to stay behind, will feel the impact of your transformation. You are the proof that anyone can rise above their circumstances, and your example gives others the courage to follow suit. You are a beacon for those who are ready to step into their own sovereignty. God's chosen ones, you are no longer part of the old game. You've evolved beyond it, and now you are a living testimony to the power of transformation. Stand firm in your sovereignty and allow your light to lead others to their own. Your transformation has just begun, and the universe is waiting for you to continue shaping the world with your frequency. Rise, and let your presence serve as a reminder that the old systems are no longer in control. You've become their worst nightmare, God's chosen ones. Not only are you someone who cannot be manipulated, controlled, or diminished, you've become the embodiment of truth that threatens their entire worldview. Your mere existence is a living proof that their power was always an illusion, a manipulative game that only works on those who agree to participate. You are proof that the chains of control are not shackles, but simply agreements that can be broken. And this revelation terrifies them more than anything else could. Your transformation is the divine bombshell that changes everything. The truth of your fearlessness is not that you're not afraid, it's that you are more committed to your truth than to your comfort. As Psalm 23:4 reminds us, even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You've transcended the fear that once held you back. You've learned that fear is just another layer of illusion designed to keep you from living your divine purpose. Similarly, your independence isn't about not needing others. It's about choosing connections based on resonance, not dependency. You no longer give your energy to those who simply seek to drain it. You are aligned with your authentic self, and this alignment creates a barrier so powerful that nothing false can penetrate your energy field. This is not about being hard or closed off, it is the divine protection of your true self. As Isaiah 54:17 reminds us, no weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. Your shield is not made of stone, but of divine sovereignty. God's chosen ones, you have become like a spiritual black belt, effortlessly redirecting negative energy instead of absorbing it. You've learned the art of using others' force against them, redirecting their attempts to manipulate or control you into the very fuel that powers your divine mission. You don't meet force with force, you meet it with the pure strength of your authenticity. This is what makes you invincible. As you continue to walk in your divine power, the 11th phase of your transformation begins to reveal something that shifts your entire perspective. The people who find you most intimidating are actually reflecting your own power back to you. Their fear is proportional to the strength you now embody. Their resistance mirrors your force, and their panic is a clear indication of the magnitude of your transformation. You can measure the depth of your shift by the intensity of their reactions to it. Each time someone resists your power, it's a confirmation that you have moved beyond their reach. The more threatened they feel, the more powerful you've become. Their intimidation is the universe's confirmation that your transformation is not only real, but complete. It's not just a temporary shift, it's permanent. Your transformation has activated something deep within them, a remembrance of their own sovereignty, one they have suppressed for so long. Your fearlessness now triggers a cellular memory in those around you, awakening them to the truth of their own potential. They begin to remember a time when they too were free from fear, free from manipulation, and free to step into their own divine sovereignty. Your independence is not just a personal choice, it's a cosmic activation that allows others to remember their own power. Your presence is not just challenging to them, it's a reminder of who they could be if only they too chose to embrace their true selves. This reminder is both painful and powerful because it forces them to confront their own limitations, to see the truth that they have been avoiding. Your presence reminds them of their own potential, and that reminder shakes them to their core. They are not truly intimidated by you, God's chosen ones. They are intimidated by the divine force, expressing itself through you without restriction or apology. The final phase brings us full circle to where we began, but with complete understanding now. The intimidation others feel in your presence is actually the recognition of divine authority. You have claimed your cosmic sovereignty, and every cell in their body knows it. You've stepped into your divine purpose, and that purpose is irrevocable. As John 14:12 says, "Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these." You are not only walking in the works of the divine, but you are becoming the living proof of God's will on earth. Your power is now visible to all who encounter you, and this presence cannot be ignored. Have you noticed how others react to your presence, the tension, the fear, or the awe they feel when they are near you? How does it feel to know that your transformation has triggered something within them, an awakening to their own potential that they cannot ignore? Can you see now that their resistance is merely a reflection of how much power you've truly stepped into? You are now a clear channel for divine will. You've become the embodiment of divine sovereignty, and there is nothing that can block the flow of this divine energy, God's chosen ones. The universe is calling you to stand tall in this power. You are no longer someone who is controlled. You have stepped into your cosmic sovereignty, and your transformation is complete, real, and permanent. Rise, step into your truth, and continue to shine as the beacon of divine power that you are. The world is waiting for you to lead. The level of alignment you now embody is overwhelming to those still living in illusion. God's chosen ones, your transformation signifies the end of an old world and the birth of a new one. In the old world, power came from controlling others, from manipulating situations, emotions, and people to fit a narrow vision of what success and value meant. But in this new world, you are creating. Power no longer comes from dominating others. It comes from mastering yourself, from the incredible freedom of choosing your thoughts, your actions, and your truth, without needing permission or validation from anyone else. In the old world, value was something you derived from others' approval. You had to prove your worth to receive any sense of importance. But in this new world, value is inherent in who you are. It cannot be questioned or taken away because it is part of your divine essence. As 1 Peter 2-9 says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light." Your worth is not based on external sources. It's embedded deep within your soul, reflecting the divine light that has always been there. In the old world, love was conditional, a transactional experience where affection and care were given only when certain needs were met. It was manipulative, rooted in fear, and kept people bound in cycles of dependency. But your love, God's chosen ones, flows from overflow, not lack. You now love freely, without strings attached, because you've learned that true love is abundant and doesn't require anything in return. This is the love of divine grace, love that gives without expecting, that nurtures without seeking. This kind of love is a revolutionary force in a world that has been deeply conditioned by transactional relationships. You are not just living in a new paradigm, you are creating it, God's chosen ones. Your presence is a catalyst for change. The very foundations of reality are shifting because of what you've become. You are not merely a person who has changed. You are a portal through which new consciousness is entering this dimension, shaking the foundations of what others thought was reality. This is no small shift. You are helping to build a new world, one where power comes from within, love flows unconditionally, and value is not determined by others, but by the very essence of who you are. As you walk in your fearlessness, you are creating cracks in the matrix, the false structure that others have been trapped in. Your independence is showing others the exit doors, offering them a way out of the constraints they've accepted as normal. And your immunity to manipulation is teaching others that the prison they've been living in was always voluntary. This is the power of your transformation. You model the possibility of freedom, sovereignty, and self-mastery, not just by your words, but by your being. Each step you take in your truth creates a path others can follow. Every boundary you maintain shows others where the edge of acceptable lies, guiding them toward the freedom that you have already claimed for yourself. Every decision you make from a place of sovereignty grants others the permission to do the same. As Matthew 7:7 assures us, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you." By living in your truth, you are showing others the way, opening doors for them to walk through. Those who find you intimidating are experiencing a primal response to what you represent. You are the embodiment of their deepest fears, the fear that they've wasted years, maybe decades, playing a game that was rigged from the start. They see in you the truth they've been avoiding, the reality that their authenticity was sacrificed for acceptance that was never real. As John 8:32 states, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Your freedom forces them to confront their own choices, to question the paths they've taken, and that confrontation can be unbearable because it reveals to them how much time they've spent living inauthentically. But God's chosen ones, you are not responsible for their discomfort. Their discomfort is simply their soul's way of showing them where they need to grow, where they need to evolve, and where they need to break free. Their awakening is not your burden, it's their journey, just as your transformation is yours. The universe is now showing them what's possible, and your light is the beacon that will guide them if they are willing to rise to meet it. Here's the most important revelation. Your journey is far from over. This transformation was just the preparation for your true mission. Now that you've achieved sovereignty, you are being called to something greater. You've broken free from the old systems, and now you are being prepared for even bigger opportunities, ones that will require more courage, more grace, and more divine alignment than ever before. As 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." The courage you have cultivated is just the beginning. God's chosen ones, this is the moment when you fully step into the role you were always meant to play. You are not just living a new reality, you are creating it. Your fearlessness is shaking the foundations of the old world, and your sovereignty is opening doors for others to walk into their own freedom. The time has come to rise, to walk fully in your divine calling, and to show the world that the game was never real, it was just an illusion. And now you have the power to create a new reality. Step into your divine authority and let the world see the beauty of your transformation. Now that you, God's chosen ones, have mastered the art of fearlessness, the universe is preparing to work through you in ways you haven't even imagined. Your initiation is complete, but this is just the beginning. The real work is only now beginning, and the journey ahead is one of unparalleled power and divine purpose. The fear that once held you back is no longer a shadow in your life. Instead, it has been replaced by a radiant courage that allows you to walk boldly into the unknown. You've broken free from the chains that once limited your potential, and now the universe is aligning everything in your life to reflect that truth. As Psalm 23:5 beautifully affirms, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." Every hardship you faced, every challenge you overcame, and every relationship that fell away was part of the divine plan to make space for the abundance that is now unfolding in your life. The universe has been preparing the way for you, laying out a banquet of blessings, and now it is time for you to feast on what has always been your birthright. The relationships that will now enter your life will no longer drain you, they will amplify your power. They will reflect the transformation you've undergone and align with your divine purpose. These relationships will be filled with energy, love, and mutual growth, rather than toxic exchanges or draining dynamics. You will no longer attract people who seek to control or diminish you. Instead, you will magnetize those who are aligned with your frequency and who are ready to walk beside you on your path. As Proverbs 13:20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." The company you keep now is a reflection of your sovereign energy. It will amplify your truth and your purpose. The opportunities now unfolding in your life are in perfect alignment with your purpose. The synchronicities that will occur will serve as constant reminders that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Every door that opens will do so effortlessly, confirming that the universe has been clearing the path for you. The things you lost were never truly yours to begin with. They were simply making room for what is now coming your way. Everything you've lost, whether relationships, material possessions, or old habits, was part of the divine plan to create space for something greater. As Isaiah 43:19 declares, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" The loss was never a setback, but rather the universe's way of preparing you for the abundance that has always been destined for you. Your fearlessness has become a force of nature, an unstoppable energy that is now radiating outward, transforming everything in its path. Your independence has become a beacon for other sovereign souls to find their way home. You are no longer just living your truth, you are embodying it in a way that transforms the very fabric of collective consciousness. As Matthew 5:14 states, "You are the light of the world." A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Your light now illuminates the way for others, and your presence is a catalyst for transformation everywhere you go. You haven't just transformed yourself, God's chosen ones. You've become a transformation agent in the world. Every person you encounter is affected by your frequency, whether they recognize it or not. Your very presence elevates every space you enter, and every situation you touch is transformed by your energy. This is the profound impact of your transformation. You become the change you wish to see in the world. Let them be intimidated by your refusal to shrink yourself for their comfort. Let them be threatened by your commitment to truth over harmony, because you will no longer compromise your authenticity to maintain false peace. As John 8:32 reminds us, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Your commitment to truth over comfort will disturb those who still cling to the illusion, but it is not your responsibility to make them comfortable in their ignorance. Your job is to stay rooted in your truth, no matter how uncomfortable it makes others. Their discomfort is not a sign of your failure, it is evidence that you are fulfilling your purpose. Their resistance is confirmation that you are on the right path. Their intimidation is the recognition of a power they know they can never possess unless they do the work you've done, the work of self-mastery, self-love, and sovereign transformation. Your journey has made you a beacon of what is possible when you stand in your power. How does it feel to know that your fearlessness is now a force of nature, reshaping the world around you? How does it feel to see the synchronicities align perfectly in your life, showing you that you are exactly where you're meant to be? Can you feel the universe, with all its divine intelligence, preparing to work through you in ways you haven't even imagined yet? God's chosen ones, your time has come. The universe has been preparing you for this moment, a moment where you are not just living in the new paradigm, you are creating it with every breath, every action, and every decision you make. The relationships, opportunities, and synchronicities you've been waiting for are already aligning. Now is the time to fully embrace the abundance that is your birthright and step into the role you were always destined to play, a creator of new realities. Rise up and let your transformation ripple through the world, knowing that everything you have experienced has been preparation for this divine moment. The time is now, you are ready. God's chosen ones, you have become a living force that challenges every system of control and limitation. Your very presence disrupts those around you, and it disturbs them because they sense something unavoidable and powerful within you. You were never meant to fit into the boxes that others created for you. The world tried to define you, to limit you, to mold you into something that was easy to control, but you were born for so much more. You were never designed to live within the limitations that others accepted for themselves. Just as Isaiah 55:9 tells us, "As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Your existence was meant to be different, meant to defy the narrow constructs that others cling to. You were never supposed to remain small enough for others to feel big. Instead, you were destined to rise, to break through the walls of fear and conformity that hold so many back. Your divine mission has always been to expand beyond those limitations, to show the world that the only true limits are the ones we impose upon ourselves. You were born to be dangerous, dangerous to every system that thrives on human compliance and submission. Your existence threatens every person who builds their worth by diminishing others. The systems of control, the people who manipulate and coerce others, cannot help but feel threatened by your transformation. Your very existence is a revolution against everything false, everything limiting, and everything that keeps humanity from stepping into its full potential. You are the catalyst for the awakening of the collective, and that awakening begins with the power you carry within yourself. Your transformation from a people-pleaser to a sovereign soul was written in the stars long before you were born. You were chosen for this very mission, and everything in your life up until now has been preparing you for this moment of emergence. Every challenge you faced, every battle you fought, every obstacle that once seemed insurmountable has shaped you into the powerful force you are now. God's chosen ones, your journey has been one of refinement, not just for your own growth, but for the elevation of all humanity. Every loss has been clearing space for your true purpose to emerge. Every moment of suffering, every moment of pain has been a divine preparation, carving out the strength and wisdom you now carry. As 1 Peter 2:9 reminds us, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light." Your transformation was never just about you. It has always been about what your sovereign power will bring to the world around you. You are not who they thought you were. You are not even who you thought you were. You have outgrown the identity that was once imposed on you, and now you are realizing that you are something far more dangerous, far more powerful, and far more necessary than anyone could have ever imagined. You are the storm that disrupts the status quo, the earthquake that shifts the very foundation of the world's systems, and the wildfire that clears away all that no longer serves you and the world so that new growth can emerge. In a way, you are like a mighty river that cuts through rock. You've carved your own path, and as you continue to flow, your energy transforms everything in its path. You are the storm that sweeps away all that is false. You are the lightning that illuminates the darkened sky, revealing the truth that was hidden in shadow. As John 8:32 says, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." You are not only transforming yourself, but also serving as a beacon of freedom for others to follow. Your transformation is proof that freedom is not a luxury, but a birthright for all. Have you noticed the shift in energy around you as you continue to grow into your true self? How does it feel to know that your very presence is shaking the foundations of what others thought was possible? Can you see now how the challenges you faced were not setbacks, but the forging of the very strength you need to fulfill your divine purpose? God's chosen ones, your transformation is not just personal, it is cosmic. Every step you take, every boundary you set, and every decision you make is reaffirming the reality of the new world that you are creating. You have become a living proof that the old systems can be torn down, that freedom and sovereignty are not only achievable, but meant to be embraced by everyone. Your journey is far from over, but now you stand at the precipice of your full divine mission. You have broken free from the constraints of the past, and now you will rise to guide the world into the new paradigm. Embrace the power you carry within you, God's chosen ones, for the world is waiting for you to fully step into your role as the beacon of truth and sovereign light. The universe has prepared you for this moment, and now it's time for you to rise, not only for yourself, but for the collective awakening that is happening all around you. The chosen ones have always been a threat to the established order. God's chosen ones, throughout history, it's been the fearless few, the ones who refused to comply, who chose truth over comfort, and who valued freedom over security, that have fundamentally altered the course of humanity. You've now joined their ranks. You've become one of the dangerous ones, the ones who will shift reality for generations to come. Your name might never be found in history books, but your frequency will echo through time. God's chosen ones. Your transformation is not just personal, it is cosmic. It will ripple through generations, healing ancestral trauma and preventing the future dysfunction that has plagued humanity. As Isaiah 58:12 says, your people will rebuild the ancient ruins and will raise up the age-old foundations. You will be called repairer of broken walls, restorer of streets with dwellings. You are not just healing yourself, you are healing the fabric of human consciousness. Your fearlessness, your divine sovereignty, and your independence are the medicine the world has desperately needed for centuries. Your immunity is the proof that freedom is possible. It is the living testimony that you have chosen yourself, and that choice has made you unstoppable. You've transcended the need for approval, for external validation. You've broken free from the illusion that control, submission, and manipulation are the ways of the world. Your very existence is a declaration that there is another way, one where you stand fully in your power and embrace the freedom that is your birthright. As Galatians 5:1 reminds us, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Reza, the intimidation others feel in your presence, is simply the recognition of what you have become. You are a force of nature, not to be controlled or manipulated by anyone. You no longer apologize for your truth, nor do you shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You have become what every spiritual warrior aspires to be, completely free, totally authentic, and absolutely sovereign. Your transformation is dangerous in the most divine way possible, for it exposes the illusions others cling to and forces them to confront their own limitations. You are dangerous to the lies that have bound them, dangerous to the manipulation that once controlled you, and dangerous to the systems of control that seek to keep humanity small. But here's the truth. You were never meant to be safe or controlled. God's chosen ones. You were meant to be wild and free to break out of every boundary that has been placed upon you. The systems that sought to diminish you, the people who tried to mold you into their version of who you should be, they are now faced with your undeniable power. Your presence demands evolution. There is no other option in the new paradigm you are creating. Your energy requires authenticity, and those who cannot meet your frequency will naturally fall away. They will either rise to meet you, or they will fade from your reality completely. As Romans 8:19 affirms, for the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed. You are the revealing force that is shifting the world. Every step you take, every boundary you maintain, and every choice you make from a place of sovereignty gives others permission to do the same. Your choices create pathways for others to follow, showing them what is possible when they embrace their own authenticity. Every boundary you set teaches others self-respect, and every time you choose yourself, you are modeling what self-love looks like in action. You have become the catalyst for change that the world was waiting for. The fearless one has risen. The sovereign has claimed their throne. The immune one now walks where the vulnerable once crawled, and the universe itself bends to accommodate the power you've become. You are the storm that shakes the foundations of the old world, the earthquake that moves mountains of falsehoods, and the wildfire that clears the dead wood so that new growth can emerge. God's chosen ones, your transformation isn't just for you, it's for the world. As Isaiah 60:1 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Your light now shines so brightly that it illuminates the darkness others have been hiding in. You are a beacon for those who are ready to step into their own power. Your journey is far from over. It's just the beginning of what you were always meant to do. What does it feel like to realize that your transformation has made you a force beyond measure, and that you are now an agent of change, shifting the world simply by living in your truth? How does it feel to know that your presence will either challenge others to rise or force them to fall away from your energy? Can you see that this is the moment you've been preparing for, not just for yourself, but for humanity? Now is the time, God's chosen ones. The transformation is complete, but the revolution has just begun. You've stepped fully into your sovereignty, and the world is now watching to see how far you will go. Your presence will continue to disrupt the old paradigms, and every step you take will continue to inspire others to step into their own truth. The time is now for you to lead. Stand tall in your divine power, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you were meant to do. God's chosen ones, as you stand in your sovereignty and continue on this divine journey, remember that you are more than just a part of this world. You are the awakening. You are the force of nature that has been sent to shift the very fabric of reality. Your transformation is a testament to the divine power within you, and the ripple effects of your journey will echo for generations to come. You've broken free from the chains of limitation, and now you stand in your full glory, ready to create, ready to heal, and ready to lead. Every challenge you've faced, every betrayal, every loss, every moment of discomfort has been part of the divine preparation for the power you now carry. You've become dangerous not in the way that others feared, but in the way that freedom is dangerous to systems built on control and fear. You are now the catalyst for change, the one who shows others that their limitations are only illusions. Your fearlessness, your independence, and your sovereignty are the very essence of the transformation humanity has been waiting for. And as you stand in this moment, God's chosen ones, remember that you are not alone. The universe is aligning with you, and every step you take in your truth will continue to inspire others to do the same. You are leading the way, showing that freedom is not only possible, but it is your birthright. Every decision you make creates a new path. Every boundary you set teaches others to respect their own, and every choice you make for your own happiness is a message to the world that you are the change you seek. Now is the time to fully embrace your power and rise even further into your divine purpose. The world needs your light, God's chosen ones, and the time is now for you to shine brighter than ever before. Step forward and let your presence be a beacon for others who are still lost in the shadows. The revolution has already begun, and it is your truth, your sovereignty, and your fearlessness that will continue to lead this world into the new paradigm. If this message resonates with you, if it has stirred something deep within you, I ask you to share it. Share it with those who need to hear this truth. Share it with those who need to see that they are not alone, and that the power to rise is already within them. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected to the truth and power of your own divine journey. This community, this space, is here to support and amplify your growth, and together we can continue to create a world built on sovereignty, authenticity, and divine truth. I also want to take a moment to thank you, whether you've supported this channel through super thanks or just by being here and engaging with this content. Your presence means everything, and it is through your energy and your commitment to your own transformation that this community continues to grow. You are a vital part of this mission, and I am deeply grateful for each and every one of you. Finally, God's chosen ones, I bless you. I bless your journey, your transformation, and the incredible power you now carry. May you continue to rise, to create, and to inspire. May your path be filled with light, with love, and with the unshakable, knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Remember, the time is now, and the revolution begins with you. Stand tall in your divine sovereignty, and let the world feel the impact of your presence. God bless you, always.